Judges and Timer ready? Hey guys, I'm Ella.
And I'm Willow.
And I just watched the new show of Scooby-Doo.
Oh really? How was it? Wait, before that, did you ever learn why Shaggy is called Shaggy? Isn't his real name Norval Rogers?
Yeah, actually you're right. That's a great question. Let's figure out this mystery. Okay, so after a little bit of Googling, I did realize that Shaggy's nickname comes from his appearance. I mean, if you take a look at the character, he's lanky, messy, and wears baggy clothes. And the definition of the word shaggy is to be unkempt. He literally is shaggy.
Well, it is also implied that Shaggy was a stoner, and that also influenced how he was viewed and got his nickname. It is a little bit of a stereotype though, but he did have a lot of different images from the rest of his family. Well, they tended to have a more cleaner appearance in the various shows. He always had that hippie look to him.
That is true. But if you think about when the Scooby-Doo show first came out, it makes a lot of sense. It was during the rise of hippies, drug usage, and things like Woodstock happened.
Wow, Woodstock? Really? Wasn't that in the 1960s though?
Oh yeah. 1969, the first season of Scooby-Doo, and Woodstock. Total rager!
Wasn't there also Vietnam protesters for the Vietnam War though?
Well, let's not focus too much on that part. While that was happening, let's think about the fun stuff. Like how during that era, teenagers would go on trips and adventures to find themselves. It's not like it was uncommon to live out of a van. How cool is that?
Oh my gosh, so cool! Like how during one of the live-action Scooby-Doo movies, he and Scooby lived out of the mystery van. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, it really is. I almost forgot that happened. His appearance really did fit the time. It is interesting though that his nickname always stayed. It never changed. While Scooby-Doo got his counterpart Scrappy-Doo at a later point, Shaggy always stayed the same. He was always true to himself.
Wow, that's really interesting. What else there is many nicknames also start in childhood and last a very long period of time, especially if it's a shortened version of their real name. Like how instead of Ella May, you just go by Ella. Some even start with the fetus in the womb. I mean, some mothers and parents give fetuses little names like Peanut or Bean. It's very common.
Yeah, but there is more to it than just naming the fetus Bean. I mean, a lot of miscarriages happen during the first trimester, and that's when the nicknames are most common. It's to help keep the parent, help the baby feel real, but keep the parent less attached as if you were to have a full name for the baby you picked out already. It's a lot more devastating to lose a Willow than it is to lose a Peanut.
Wow, that's really sad. But also, speaking of the food nickname part, weren't you also called Confetti Cake briefly during your time when you had hair?
Well, out of all of those different categories of names, there's so much that you could pick for people's to be named. There's appearance, personality. So let's not focus too much on Confetti Cake. We could focus on how I was called Peanut in the womb.
Wow, I'm so jealous. My parents didn't even name me when I was in the womb.
Well, maybe they were worried about losing you. They loved you so much before you were even born that they wouldn't give you a name. Wow. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but it really is just showing that they care.
That really brightens my day. There are also really a lot of categories for nicknames. So, which one do you think Shaggy falls into?
Well, if we go back and we look at the word Shaggy, it's unkept, and we look at the character, he's messy and unruly sometimes. It really makes it tends to make sense how Norval Rogers became the well-loved character of Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Wow,